Welcome, friends. How are we? This is an unplanned stream. Literally didn't even give it a moment's notice. Just decided, fuck it. Let's do it live. Excuse me. Lungs are giving us bother. I can't be dealing with fucked lungs. Awful scenes. How are we? How are you? How am I? It's a good day now. Welcome, germs. It's just me and you, mate. How are you? Are you keeping it all right? How's the family? How's the dog? How's the cat? Parrot? Tortoise? What's happening? I don't have any pets. Although I have been buying some outrageous little animals, which I might show you, because it's like a substitute for pets, really. Have you ever heard of Schleich? Schleich make Schleich tortoise is dead. Oh Christ. That's sad. It's quite baroque. I'm alright with it being just me and germs. I haven't got the welcome, Fragrance Journey. What was I going to say? Totally lost my train of thought, like. Sorry about that. Happens sometimes, you know. Friends, if you would like to like the stream, it would be greatly appreciated. I am here. How are we all? I've got just made me dinner, you know, and I thought, fuck it. I thought, let's go live. I got upstairs just in time, and now we are here. Haven't even put a thumbnail up yet. You know what I mean? Very unusual behaviour. Not my usual methodical self. Let's talk about perfume. Today, I wore Au Cours du Désert. Au Cours du Désert by Andrew Tower. Nice. Sauce. Very dry. Very, very dry. Fucking got that lead desert Marrakein thing going on. Is everybody looking forward to the return of early Greek Thomas? Thomas has come amongst us, friends, and said, Rich, I'm coming back. I'm going to make a video. And I thought, thank God. He made a post saying, it's time for me to make a perfume review with a picture of Platinum Egoist, disappointingly. But not to worry, you know. It's okay. It's okay. Nobody's perfect, you know. So, how are we, everybody? Let me know your scent of the day. Welcome, Fosco. Welcome, Juro. Welcome, Ryan. It's okay, it happened in 98. Woo, I hope you're over it. It's only been 26 years. Fuck, how old was the tortoise? Juro says, I wore Santal Noble. The weather is getting mild again here. It's already getting mild where you are. Good grief. We've got another couple of months of this shit to go through yet. Platinum Egoist is bad enough to bring me out of retirement as well, says James, yes. And deeply upsetting. Deeply. Oh. What's going on here, friends? Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, awful weather in the north of England. Awful weather where I am as well. But the ghosts seem to have fucked off. The ghosts seem to have laid off and given us a chance at some respite. I was talking to somebody, was it Ramsey? I was talking to somebody, right? And I was like, do you know how there's like perfumes for rain? There's perfumes for the heat. There's perfumes for sun. I was like, what perfumes are there for fucking wind? There's not many. There's not many perfumes for wind, are there? You know? It's an unusual one, that. Very unusual. So, I don't know. I couldn't even think of any. Like, what would be good in the wind? I'll tell you what's good to wear as clothing in the wind. Leather. Like, leather's really good to wear when it's windy because it doesn't... You're not too hot, you're not too cold, you don't get the actual wind affecting you. Not like breathable, like kid leather, you know? I'm thinking I might buy a new leather jacket, like. I mean, I've already got one and it's glorious, but I think I might buy another one. I want like a pilot's jacket. You know, those big ones. I don't know if they're leather, but I want a good quality one. It has definitely been jacket weather, friends, I can tell you. Big jacket. Oh, dear me. Green Irish tweed is good for rain. Yeah, that's not a bad point. No idea about wind. Wind is a tough one. You could say the stank oud ones are good for wind from a barnyard. You could say anything was, though. You could say like a coffee fragrance was wind from a coffee shop, you know? Evening uncut gem in the wind so it blows all the amber woods away. I just would not wear uncut gem ever. There's no good reason to wear that perfume. It's fucking lifting. Bosco is wearing Bellarme, Eugene's perfume. Big Iris. Welcome, Corey. The best leather trench coats were from the Germans. There was a point in time a couple of years ago when the old Nazi haircuts. Oh fuck! I've said that now. Fuck it. I'm not even monetized, so I don't care. Where the Nazi haircuts came back in, you know, and the old fucking long trench coat whole thing came back in, which was dodgy as fuck. You know, it was like, whoa, what's going on here? And it was always like weird white people fucking wearing them as well, you know. The whole Hugo Boss 1930s aesthetic. Very unusual. Can't be dealing with Hugo the old boss. No thumbnail in stock. Yeah, I know. I set this stream up quickly because I'd passed the 8 o'clock deadline. If it gets too late after 8 o'clock, then I just can't do it. Like, welcome, Corey. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Please come in and sit down and enjoy yourself. Have a nice time. Speak your mind. What's a Nazi haircut? I love a skin fade. Fuck me. I mean, I'm not in the hair community anymore. You know, it's been 20 years. But the Nazi haircut's very particular. You know, the fucking the comb to one side, very short. Fucking, I don't know what you would call it, but you know them when you see them. I just found a full 100ml vintage bottle of Sauvignon à la Lobe for just €50. Oh, Sauvage Extreme is being drawn by Sense. I'm loving Oud Wood recently. And the undercut, says Spaced Out. I beg your pardon. Nizzies were dressed impeccably. Well, it was Hugo Boss, wasn't it? I came here from Ramsey. Always talks about you, so I came to see what was going on here. Well, welcome. How are you? I am absolutely stuffed. I had an Indian last night, an Indian food, not an Indian person. Had a madras, and it was tasty. It was very tasty, with garlic rice. Thank you, James. I shall swap my bottle, my Bois d'Azil, for Tom Ford Vert de Bois. I've got Vert d'Anson. I found out about Rich from Ramsey as well. He bigs you up, mate, says Ryan. I big Ramsey up as well. Good lad. Very good lad. Talk to him every day. Bois d'Argent for me today. The Yannick Monardo. Yes. 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 I haven't worn Bois d'Argent. Bois d'Argent's a year-round fragrance for me. It's one of the best of the century, like. You know, it's up there with Lead, It Doesn't Matter, Ken. Oh, look. On Monday, I glued me plaque back on. And there she blows. Yes. Ah, sugar. It's a shame the cap doesn't work. But yes, whoever suggested Gorilla Glue, thank you very much. It worked an absolute treat. I'm going to be a menace. I'm going to be an absolute menace with that Gorilla Glue. I'm going to be like, what am I going to do? I'm going to super glue everything in sight. And then someone's going to pop up and they'll be like, I broke my finger. I'll be like, aha, I'll super glue it back together for you. You know? Oh, fuck. Don't sniff the cap. That is some potent motherfucking glue, that. Very gluey. I may not be sniffing the Filippo Sorcinelli cap anymore. But it's worked. It's gone back on. Good evening, Pradeep. Hope you're all fantastic and doing really well. Let's get a conversation started, as Sebastian would say. MJ, welcome. You are wearing Promise. Potent goo. Oh, Richie J, I'll be round with the Gorilla Glue, mate. Corey says, in Tennessee, been snowed in for a week in the mountains. Good grief. You're near Jonathan. Jonathan doesn't live in the mountains, though. But he does live in the Tennessee. I'm on a desperate hunt for Gaiac 10 sample, also made by Yannick Monardo. But one minimalist, I've heard. Is it true about Followed being one of the strongest fragrances? It's certainly fucking potent, I can tell you. Goodness me. Too much. Too much for my liking. Absolutely fucking hideous. Hideously strong. Richie G has broken his digit. I'll be round with the Gorilla Glue. How's the Gorilla Glue worked out for you as a temporary fix? Not temporary, mate. Absolutely permanent. Ow. There it is. Here. The plaque, it works. Now, look. Yes. And then the cap of Filippo Sorcinelli, which now reeks of glue. Oh, fuck. The cap, which reeks of Gorilla Glue, so I can't smell the fragrance from the cap anymore. That's worked back on as well. Get on there. Back in there. So it's fantastic and doing really well. Thanks for asking. I have a bottle of Gallup. Smells like a rich person driving a Ferrari in Monaco. Quince rose leather, brown smooth suede leather, says Spaced Out. I'm searching for Creed's Acier Aluminium. It's not an easy find. Corey, I didn't know. I didn't know Jonathan was here in Tennessee. Most of the time he is. Sometimes he's not. Sometimes he's with Taffy. I thought you were buying it for the Poltergeist. No, I'm not buying Gorilla Glue for the Poltergeist. I've got the builders coming for the Poltergeist. The glue was for the perfume bottles, not for the window. Anyway, it's not the actual window that's fucked. It's the skin around the outside. It needs a new skin. There was only 50mm. I got it for €100. Gallo is stunning. I'd put it as one of my favourite releases of the past 10 years. I'll tell you what, right? I'll tell you what's really good, which reminds me of Gallo a bit. And I've got a sample of it. All right. Unfortunately, it comes in this colour-coded bottle. It's this. Violette Valinka. What a fucking perfume this is. Do you know what it is? I would love to smell that on a woman. That would smell immense on a woman, a dressed up woman. Absolutely gorgeous. Welcome, Michael Harness. How are you? Michael, I've been doing the Darren Allen samples that you sent me. Thank you very much. You are too kind. I may buy one. Is Cuir d'Orange better than Gallo? Not for me. I'm not a big fan of Cuir d'Orange, to be honest with you. I don't find it very wearable. You know? I don't find Cuir d'Orange very wearable for me. It's very weird. Has anyone tried Le Bon Bois? Says Nick. Somebody will have tried it, I'm sure, but just not me. Whoa there. I wear a dress and don't it? I'll wear a dress and don it for you if you like. Oh, thanks. I bet you would as well, just to make us happy. You're an unusual man. Western Oud, how are you? You are wearing Comme des Garçons 2, man. Richie G, what did you wear today? Don't say a dress. Many think so, Duchamp, but I prefer Gallo. It is good. Really want to get my hands on 1979's New Wave. Just to make you happy, I'd do anything for you, friend. Give me money. All the money. That would make us happy. Like water, I tried 1986 Eclectique by Le Bon Bois. It's a beautiful Duchefort creation. I sent a decant to Ramsey. He had muddled plum on today. Muddled plum? What the fuck's that? Do I know this perfume? Has Early Greek done his comeback video yet? He was teasing us earlier today. He's going to be doing one, I believe. I saw his post, which was exciting. I'm really interested in trying the house, but quite difficult to get a hold of. It's one of the Milton Browns I got. Ah, yes. The Molten Browns. Muddled Plum. Molten Brown do an outrageous scent series. But the problem is, right, is that the performance is shite. That's what the problem is, friends. The performance is absolutely wank-like. Richie G got his cheap. We know this. We know this. What shall I get out? I shan't get that out. I'll get this out. Everybody can look at Fahrenheit Absolute. I'm going to try and wear this. I haven't worn this very much in the last couple of years. Oh, spicy. I get a spiciness from it. Glad I only paid 20 quid for it instead of the 100 plus, says Richie G. Not a cheap fragrance. Richie G isn't dropping 100 plus for a Molten Brown. Richie G isn't dropping 100 plus for anything. Richie G, you should know this about Richie G, friends. He's one of the tightest human beings who ever lived. And a very tight young man. Does not like to spend money. Very much against the parting of money. Lucky if you get 2 hours from it. That's chronic, that, isn't it? I mean, it's the opposite of chronic. It's awful. Yes, Richard G. He's not dealing with that crazy talk. £100 on a fragrance. Behave. Although I did see Richie G buy a nice watch. He bought a turtle. Or a tortoise. There's a difference in being tight and noncing beyond your means. Not living beyond your means, I see. Well, there's that. But you do keep a tight leash, a tight rein, don't you? The colour of that jouse. That is some black jouse. Oh, so spicy. I'm going to have to wear that before the season is out. It's got Serge Luton sort of thing. Must try 1979 New Wave. The combination of mint and iris sounds delightful. Yeah, I like the sound of that. I like scent, I just can't afford the habit. You want to go back on the game, son? Selling your bum for a pittance. Fragrance has made me bankrupt, but I'm recovering gradually, says Nick. Dushan says I need Fahrenheit from 1988. I just got an email from Michael Harness sending me pictures. Pictures from the snowstorm. And they look nice. So, friends, tonight I would like to talk about flankers. Flankers, the best of flankers, you know? We don't discuss the flankers as much as we should. We all know what a flanker is, don't we? Oh. Is Fahrenheit Absolute the best flanker of Fahrenheit? I think it is. Koros Body is a sensational flanker, says Richie G. Yes, it is. I've decided to give Body Koros a second chance. Was that the one I brought to your work one day? Just turned up at Richie G's work with a bottle of perfume. I was like, aha, here I am, have this perfume. And I lingered in his work, talked to the punters. He was scared of what I was going to say. But I was a good boy. Your Hom Intense is class. Your Hom Intense is class. It might have been, says Reggie G. Beautiful tobacco. What is it? Ermenegildo Xenia. Strength. Craft. Power. Trying to think of some other flankers. Would you class Oud Satin Mood as a flanker? Is Oud Satin Mood a flanker to Oud? Do you reckon? I'm not sure. Juro says, I don't find Body Koros a flanker. It is a standalone perfume. It's not. It's not. It's not the same as Koros, but it's called Koros. So how do you define a flanker? You know what I mean? Like, it's not easy to define flankers at all. Because is a flanker about the scent or is it about the name? I had Fahrenheit Parfum, but I let it go. It was too vanillic. It was nice, but it was too vanillic. You know? It was a bit closer to the original than the reformulation of Fahrenheit for a while, and then I think one got released. There was one that got released, and it was good. There was one that Demaché did a reformulation at some point, and it made it closer to the original, but Le Parfum was actually closer to the original than the original was to the original, if that makes sense. Somebody reformulated the original in the early 2000s, and they just put a shit ton of vanilla in. And it stayed like that for a while, and then it got reformulated in the mid-2010s again, and it went back to smelling more like the original. This Body Chorus is a totally different fragrance. Richard G, on one hand, not wanting to spend 100. On the other hand, Eugene spending 100,000. Richard G says, I was at work, full of busy, and he randomly turned up and started chatting to the punters about his scents. I did. There was a guy there talking about his motorbike, and I was like, I don't want to talk about your motorbike. Let's talk about perfume instead. He was a big hairy biker, man. Demaché was good at flanker, says Carl. Yes, he was. Jeremy was swinging his banana around to date, totally inappropriate. Very strange, man. He lost the plot, hasn't he? Paul Monsieur, that was Jeremy Fragrance, says Brody. Flanker is the same but different. I definitely agree with Euro's coming from. It's a completely different. It is. Rich, do you like the modern version of Knees of 10? Yes. I would define a flanker as the same as the remix in music. It should be built on particular notes of the structure of the original perfume. Fahrenheit Absolute is a perfect example. I tend to agree. But I also consider name and bottle part of the gig. So while the perfume should smell similar to the original but different, right? It should also be presented in the same way. That's why Dior Homme 2020 was such an aberration. They could have released that under another fucking name. And it would have been fine. You know, it would have been fine. I mean, it wouldn't have been fine because it's shit perfume, but like the fact that they called it Dior Homme is crazy. Dior Homme Cologne, Fahrenheit 32, their own scents. Yeah, I thought 32 was really nice, and it was a signature for a while. You know, it was a signature for a while. I wish they would stop messing with the OG frags. Yes, me too. Dior Sauvage Elixir is an epic flanker, says Nick. It's certainly an improvement. I hated the first one. Welcome, Bjorn. I'm okay, how are you? Leighton exclusive wins over Leighton, says Nick. Here's one for you. Giorgio Beverly Hills VIP Special Reserve. Boom. That's it right there. VIP spray. This is Special Reserve, I'm pretty sure it is. Giorgio Beverly Hills for men. VIP Special Reserve, beautiful. I really need to wear this. New unapologetic Fahrenheit flanker. Now that would get me buzzing. Yes. Gucci Guilty Absolute, same pattern. Nothing like the original, thank God, says Richie G. Yes, the original was pants. The original was double pants. Just a generic shit perfume, and then Michele Andrea was like, yes. I can't remember his last name, actually. But the guy in charge of Gucci at the time, he was like, no, not settling for this rotten perfume. Do something new. Don't get the Fahrenheit hype. Smells like petrol to me, says Nick. That's one of the good things about it, mate. The original body Koros. The original Koros body bottle was quite different, but they went to the regular shape of it eventually. Yes, it was. I've got it. I've actually got the original one with the bit of glass poking out the bottom. It was a bit different, you know? It was a bit different. The names and bottles are just marketing strategies, trying to get as much money with as little effort as possible, says Jiro, which is also true, you know? It's so... The names and bottle, I really do think Savage EDP is possibly the best flanker, like ever, of any. My favourite Dior Homme is the 2020 version. Very fresh, masculine and versatile. It gets a lot of hate. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the fragrance. And I don't like the marketing of said fragrance. I think it was shocking that they used the Dior Homme name to try and trade on the name of Dior Homme, which is what they did, and save money by not using a different bottle. So nothing to do with the original, you know? Nothing to do with the original, which is a bit, I think it's in bad faith. I think they've been a bit bad there, actually. Koros, Antace. Antace has got flankers, hasn't it? Well, it's got a flanker. The Sport Cologne, which was strange. Diaghilev is my favourite flanker of Mitsuko. They are a bit similar. Glass, show me. Glass what, Michael? The new Miss Dior Parfum is going to be rotten. Yeah, I think Kurdijan's already shown his hand to us, hasn't he? Pretty awful so far. Pretty awful as far as what he's been putting out. Do I want some of this fucking Violet Valinka? Glass poking out the Koros bottle. So, how can I show Michael Harness? Because it's in an awkward place. I'll do it in a bit. I'll do it a bit later when I haven't got these perfumes out in front of us. I need to find another flanker. See another flanker. See another flanker right there. Aha! One of the most flankered perfumes there has ever been. Lamal. You know? Does that have much to do with the vintage? The original? Does it? Not really. Not really, if we're being honest. Au Cours du Desert. Au Cours du Desert, I think Andy Tower classifies it as a sequel rather than a... Which kind of makes odd sense. You know? Bellamy Vetiver is an absolute favourite flanker, and it is a proper flanker. I would agree with that as well. I don't know whether I should get a bottle. Like, I'm trying not to buy as many bottles these days. I mean, I'm trying. I've already bought 3 or 4 so far. I've bought 3 fragrances this year. So, or 5 actually. Have I? What have I bought so far? I've completely drawn a blank. I bought those 2 Maître Parfumés de Gantiers. Oh fuck, I can't remember. Roger is so overrated. Friggin' all of them. It's a glorified clone brand, isn't it? Is there a difference to the Antace Sport version? Yes, it's kind of more nimble. It's a little bit more sort of... It's a little bit more sort of like light, transparent, but it's still Koros and vintage Antace. Sorry. It's still Antace and vintage Antace, but it's not as Rich. Welcome, DJ. Alright, YSL Law must be the most flanked perfume ever. That'd be an interesting bit of research to do, wouldn't it? We'll find out what the most flanked perfume bottle ever is. Perfect fragrance to wear for this particular subject. Tours line have great. Yeah, Tour de Hermes. Tour de Hermes. Bit more jump over the candlestick, says Richie J. You've lost us. Ah, Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Would you take $30 for the Fahrenheit Absolute, Hound Skull says? Welcome, Hound Skull. No. I wouldn't take 300. It's very hard to get now. I want to try the Fahrenheit Flankers, but I haven't been able to, says Gabe. Welcome, Gabe. No. They're a bit of a nightmare. The disc, there's quite a few discontinued ones. I was offered one of the summer ones and I turned it down. There was a time when I was doing the completionist. I was doing the completionist route. You know, I was trying to get that trophy, but I decided against it. Already forgot the 8 Surge Hall, says Bradley. Yes. That's right. On to the next one. Always on to the next one. Welcome, Dropout. How are you? Sent to today's Jubilation 25. That is a better described sequel. Yeah. Opium's Secret de Parfum is brilliant. Yes, it is. That's right. I think I like that. In fact, I do like that more than the original. What darker, fuller Frederic Mars can you recommend? Got Monsieur and French Lover. They're all dark and full, aren't they? I just sold my Monsieur. Darker and fuller. Carnal Flower. Even though I don't like it, it's dark and full. The Night. But do you really want to pay $1,100, $1,200 for it? Probably not. I haven't worn much Frederic Malle this year. I haven't. Vetiver Extraordinaire is quite dark, but green. Didn't get the notification. I am sorry. It is quite all right. You do not need to apologise. I will pay you $30 to sell me the Fahrenheit Absolute, but you must cover shipping to New Brunswick. Homeschool knows how to drive a hard bargain. You know, that is extremely tempting. Let's be honest. If you offer $30, but I have to deliver it by hand, then you've got yourself a deal. Isn't that Guerlain have many, many flankers? The black dress one, yes. Shalimar's got loads of flankers now. Most flankers, I guess, Le Male. That's not, yeah, I mean, bloody hell. It'll be 30 years next year of Le Male, you know. I really don't like Le Male in and of itself. Like the original, I just don't like it. I never did. I hated it when I was a kid. I remember smelling it being like, that's a bit much, isn't it? You know, I was like 10 years old. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Stop that. YSL, Anyway DeLome, the most flanked fragrances, the amount of flankers that it has. It's definitely one of them. At one point, they were releasing like 2 or 3 a year, weren't they? And all of a sudden, you see those people who collect them, and they've got like 40. You know what I mean? It's crazy shit. Like, what's the, like, who is in charge and just thinks, fuck it, we'll do another one? I was like, well, you just signed off on one 20 minutes ago. Fuck it, make another one quick. You know what I mean? They must have just overstocked on the bottles and the original wasn't selling. So they were just getting more plastic wrapping for the bottle to go around. You know what I mean? Fuck me. Oh. I prefer Timbuktu. Tour de Hermes was inspired by Timbuktu. It does have a similar kind of vibe. Actually, Shalimar might be the leader in flankers. Shalimar's got a lot. Timbuktu was perfect, says James. I am looking forward to trying more Timbuktu this year. Lamal Elixir is a sweet implosion. I've got Lamal Elixir back there to do some first impressions. I smelled Lamal 3 years ago for the first time. I liked it, says Spaced Out. It was so big. OG Lamal is superb, says KM. Has it changed much? Because obviously I'm not big on it. I'm not a fan, so I don't know much about it. I do know I love this, though. This is really good. I need to get in touch with Paroli. I need to get in touch... Sorry, man, I just touched his bum. I need to get in touch with Paroli. I actually really like this bottle as well. Very clean lines, very sharp. Whereas the other one's like soft and like round, thick, if you will. This one's like cut. Feels good in the hand as well. Oh, get back there. Oh. What? Stop your falling over. I'm the proud owner of several one-man shows, says Richard G. You need to complete the line. You need the emerald one. You need the emerald one. Traverse to Bosphore is also very good. Don't touch there. Yes, don't touch that. I'll get cancelled. I caught myself a sexual harassment claim. I really like Violette Valenka. Oh my God. Oh, it's really good. Can't imagine your first impression of the Lamal Elixir. Smells like an Italian bakery. Hella potent too. Really? Great sense for work though, says Richie G. Richie G getting bagging compliments at work on a one-man show. You know what I mean? It's outrageous. I keep sending Richie G these links to Correge's ties, Italian silk, but he won't pay for it. He won't get him. He won't even splash out on an outrageous tie. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to end up buying him one, send him to work, and I'll be like, send us a picture. You know what I mean? I want to see you at work with your Correge's tie. It'd be outrageous. I refuse to try Violette Valenka, says Spaced Out. Are you worried that you'll like it and have to buy it? I've done that with a couple of perfumes before as well. I want the one-man show 24K flanker. Just want the bottle. Christmas. I will buy Violette Valenka, says Dushan. I might buy Violette Valenka too. Valenka is great, Spaced Out. You might like it. Yes, you can't want something you've never tried. Yes, that's right. That is right. He is doing the old saving himself some money there. I was like, nope. Camel technique. Head in the sand. Is it camels that put their head in the sand, or is it ostriches? It's ostrich, isn't it? There's a Fahrenheit flanker. It's the cologne version. Yeah, I've tried the cologne. Had it. I didn't like it, to be honest. Didn't really care for it, like. Get the 15ml. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. I missed the Antace talk. I'll watch it back later. It's my next purchase. Didn't really talk about Antace much, but I can do. It's a dark rose patchouli for me now. The modern versions are much... There's a lot more patchouli in the modern one, and there's rose as well. And it's got this kind of Ho-Han Club thing going on, you know? I really like it. I actually took it with me to meet Richie G, and I was going to give him my modern bottle and just be like, here, I'm just going to wear the vintage one, take the modern one. It's only half full. And I smelled it on the way in, and I thought, fuck this. I was like, I'm keeping it. It's fucking great. Do you know what I mean? Modern Koros is still spot on. It's just not as filthy as the old one. He swiftly ignored Violette Valenka for $100. Silly. Should have bought it. Am I missing out on a Peace Marine? Never tried it. Not for me. Get yourself Eau de Hermes. I think it's very similar to Eau de Hermes, but it's got this kind of sea salt. A Peace Marine's got this kind of sea salt thing, but for me, it's very similar to Eau de Hermes. Vintage Hugo Boss #1 from 85 is the best possible flanker of Givenchy Gentleman from 74. They are similar. But Givenchy Gentleman's got quite a few flankers as well. Only 2 Jean-Claude Lena's. I need to try a Paprika and a Peace from Hermes Essence. I like Paprika Brazil. I'm liking my samples of Osmanth Yunnan and Poivre Samarkand, says Pradeep. I wasn't a fan of the Osmanthus one. Osmanthus is a strange note for me. Osmanthus is a strange note for me because it's rubbery. I get a rubberiness from it, you know? It's got a funky rubberiness from it. Poivre Samarkand is so transparent, and there is like 60% ISOE Super. I think it's gone, then it comes back. I have to say, Altair flankers are really good. And you would think that Najal would mess up the line with the vetiver, but I think she improved that line very much. She's had a couple of hits, actually. She's had a couple of hits, to be fair. That Violette Valinka and Gallop. I think she did Gallo, didn't she? Gallop. I can't believe you've never mentioned the best flanker known to man yet, Mitch. Is it an Amen? Amen was one of the most flankered, but people used to look forward to them. Because if it's not, you're going to have to tell us what it was. I like Brazil more than Paprika, says Behave, says Richie G. What are you talking about then? Search your heart. Well, that won't take long. I really love Paprika Brazil. Very interesting iris. Yes, it is. I don't know the fragrance of which I might know it, but I don't know which one it is, mate. I don't know which one it is at all. Rourke has a big osmanthus. Yes, it does. It's that mushroomy, waxy kind of rubbery thing. You know? It's kind of weird. Violet Beauregard or Veruca Salt? Bit young for me, mate. A bit young for me. Oh, I've got an itchy fucking... an itchy chin. Richie G, you're going to have to drop the knowledge. Dracar Noir. I don't like Dracar Noir. I should do, but it smells like socks. It smells like dirty socks. Smelly socks. Fucking well-worn and well-used socks. And it's got that stale, horrible, sweaty feet kind of thing going on. Pretty grim. Pretty fucking grim. Nah. Dracar Noir is a flanker, isn't it? It's pretty awful. I hate Dracar Noir. I really do. Richie G's tried to trick us loads of times with Dracar Noir, sending us pictures of the note list and going, "Ah, that looks really nice, doesn't it?" And I'm like, does it? Does it? What's he trying to do? Rogues smell perfect with my type of climate. Rain and clouds for months, says Pat. You must live in England. It is not a godly scent. It's an awful scent. Anyone here would wear Coco Mademoiselle comfortably? Oh. Probably not me. Not sure about the Mademoiselle. I've got the original. I've got the vintage original. I rarely wear it, though. It's a very nice, ambery kind of fragrance. Not going to lie, Iris can be a bit feminine, says Bjorn. Can be. Can be, but Olivia Polsch came in with Dior Homme and ushered in a new era of men's perfume. Everything was a bit cooler and a bit nicer. A bit softer. You know? I ate a cheese and porridge, which is called monk socks. Yikes. Some perfume can smell like monk socks. They have like an incense kind of note. Incense and camembert. Grim. Very grim, friends. Very grim. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Friends, if you would like to like the stream, I would be most appreciative. It would be very kind of you. I would appreciate it greatly, and thank you. Do you know, when I do my most worn fragrances of autumn and winter 2020, right? 2024 even, God. When I do my most worn fragrances of winter 2024, right? I might do a least worn or a or a one where I'm like, I wish I'd worn these more, you know? I don't know, it's just a thought. That is literally just like a draft thought. Secret de Parfum. I feel like it took a bold lady to wear that perfume. I love it, says Frank. It is fantastic. I've got it yet. The lid's going to come off. I know it is. Oh, no. I've done all right there. Oh, that would be a good vid, says Richie G. I'll get Richie G on video one day. Richie G's wife wants us to go around and film and stream with the cats, which is a good shout. I like that idea. The people would love it. I could introduce you to the thumbnail, the stars of the thumbnails. Everybody loves a good cat. Looks like Delphine had Indian food before making the new neroli. Oh, is it a little bit spicy? Is it? Which hole did that come out of? Oh, it was the face. I made a little quack. I saw it. I bought a Schliech duck today, a little model duck. So you can expect to see that on the streams at some point. I'm building a little farm. Audrey Jane's got us interested in them. You know, I'm definitely a collector at heart. I like to have little eclectic little collections of things. That was a nice bit of alliteration, wasn't it? Armani Code Parfum has iris, which is not feminine at all. Very masculine and youthful. Very fresh. That'll be a good vid. It would. What was that sound, says Proddy? Quack. It was a quack. It was a quack to celebrate the impending arrival of a duck. And I'm looking forward to it. When it comes around to switching my scents around, I always think, oh, for fuck's sake, I never wore that. Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons I'm selling off a lot of my perfume, to be honest. Well, I say a lot of my perfume. I'm selling off about 25%. Just so I can get more at the stuff. I've got to stop buying stuff as well, actually. Hello, a lifestyle not for sale. Scent of the day, Le Parfum Connu Molyneux, 1962. Yeah, I actually also like the new Armani Code Parfum. Antoine Lee did the original Armani Code. Not Coco Mademoiselle, but I like number 5 au Premiere. Bob says, scent of the day, Amber Supreme. Tiny bit was left. Smells like I over-applied. Do you care for Fendi for women, says Frank? Pass. I don't think I've smelled it. Noah Drucker, welcome to you, Noah. How are you? How is Noah on this Tuesday evening? Well, it's Tuesday evening where I am. Wednesday. Jesus, it's not even Tuesday evening where I am. It's Wednesday. God. Doesn't time fly when you're in good company? Sherwood Inexplicable, your boy Ramsey has ruined me. Have you been investing in some of Ramsey? Don't watch his Parfum de la Nuit series. That really will put you out of action. Good grief. Over $4,000 for 3 cents. Yikes. But if you buy smart, if you... Oh, excuse me, fuck. If you buy smart and you're patient and you network and you talk to people and you put word out there, excuse me, you can't get these things at better prices. They are available. The selling is not the problem, it's the rebuying. Yes, you are right. You are right. It's like doing loads of exercise and then eating a shit ton of shit food. You know what I mean? I have a couple of Narciso Rodriguez for him flankers that I really enjoy. Which are those? Do you know, I keep thinking I need to wear that. I also think I need to wear this. Costume National Homme. Fabulous. Brilliant perfume, that. Oh, the leather in this is getting a little bit horsey. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. That was a massive spray. I forget these bloody atomizers give out massive fucking amounts. Shit. Your Energy and Higher Energy are very underrated. I'll tell you who rates them, though. Cascade Sense. Bobby, do you like Fève de la Suisse? I didn't like Fève de la Suisse. I think Bobby likes Fève de la Suisse from what I can remember. It's so much more leathery on skin. The violet isn't as... Speaking of leather smelling horsey, says Richie J, God knows what's about to come next year. What are you going to say? What have you been doing? I hope the new Chanel is bad so I don't have to buy it. I hope Eugene's is good, though, because they will be bought. On my honeymoon, I got a leather satchel, and I could swear it's horse. What, horse leather? You can't be having horse leather. You would lose honor in Red Dead Redemption if you got horse leather. That's outrageous. Fève is very sweet. I do not care for the old Fève, like it's too much. It's a little bit sickly. Wait, welcome Lane. I reckon it is, you know. That's outrageous. How did you know? Do you hear like horses in the night? Does it make like rustling noises? Does your satchel spook easily? Is that what's going on? Has it got blinkers on? There's a distinct horse smell to it. That is outrageous. Where did you go on your honeymoon again? Who's been crafting horse leather? Horse leather? Clip Clop. That's right. He has Clip Clop in the night when he's asleep. And then next over, I'll give you a boff of it. Thanks very much. Can I smell your leather satchel as well? Mallorca. Are the Mallorcans known for their horse leather? Did you buy it off a trapper? Did you buy it off a craftsman by the side of the road? Peau d'Espagne, horse leather. I get loads of soap from Peau d'Espagne, you know. Quack quack, says Bjorn. Duck leather. We can't be having duck leather. I'm sure that's a thing. You can't get leather from birds, can you? Can you? It was from a massive market. A big market. With horse leather. Yikes. Welcome, Kelly. Yes, high-end leather called Shell Cordovan is made from horses, I think. If it was Richie G, he's not getting high-end anything. He's too tight. He won't have it, you know. He'd be like, no, I'll take that low-end one for a tenth of the price, you know. Cordovan leather. Cordova in Spain. Cordovan. Cordovan leather. Let's have a look at you. Oh. Shell Cordovan wax, handmade. Cordovan is an equine leather made from the fibrous fat connective tissues or shell beneath the hide on the rump of the horse. Oh. What is special? It is smooth and durable, ideal for a finger tab. Shell Cordovan has a unique non-creasing characteristic because it is made of connective tissue. It is smooth and lacks the pebbled effect of leather derived from animal skin. Outrageous! So can you get this type of leather from other animals other than horse? Can you get it from cow? Can you get it from sheep? Welcome, Eugene. All of my friends are turning up. Hey, Bobby. Looks like them travel nurses were looking pretty good. You need to try Calvin Klein Reveal down there, and then you will get compliments. Welcome, Eugene. I'm not convinced it's high-end. It's more along the lines of when supermarkets were selling his horse on the sly. Yes. Yes, cheap horse meat. We were being sold horse meat, which is fine. You can eat horse meat, but you should at least know that you're eating horse meat before you choose to actually consume said horse meat. I only buy meat from the butchers, like. I refuse to buy meat from supermarkets. Fuck that, they've ruined it. I have many nice pairs of ostrich cowboy boots. Been collecting them for a long time. Outrageous. Ostrich cowboy boots. They are birds as well. I wonder if you can get penguin leather. There'd be uproar, surely, if you got penguin leather. It's too much personality. It's like that scene from Pulp Fiction, you know? You're a really charming motherfucking pig. You know what I'm saying? You have to get one charming motherfucking ostrich. Or penguin. You know? No trigger for me. What's a trigger for you, Michael? Don't upset Mr. Harness, or you will have to face me in Mortal Kombat. Ostrich skin leather is the softest leather. Is it expensive? Camel leather can be expensive to be sold in Egypt. You've gone too far now, Doc, says Michael. Product, they are better than Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. Sounds like an outrageous knockoff. Trigger the horse. Ah! You still have butchers? I'm jealous I haven't seen a real butcher in 30 years, says Kelly. Oh, there's loads of butchers around here. It's an English tradition. It's a British tradition. We've actually, where I live, we're very, very lucky. We've got 3. There used to be 4, but one of them had to pack it in because was it his hip or his leg, and they filled his leg full of concrete because it was so badly broken. Pardon me. An uncle is doing 40 years for serving horse meat, going to visit him tomorrow in jail. What? Python crocodile leather? Dangerous, dangerous leather. You can't be doing 40 years for serving horse meat. How did that come about? Good evening, Christoph. How are you? Not kidding. That's crazy. 40 years. It's far too long. Mr. Mitch, can you say it's Tuesday, isn't it? It's not Tuesday. It's Wednesday. Did he kill the rider? Says Michael. He shot the horse out from underneath the rider and then finished off the rider and did off with the horse. Oh dear, 40 years for serving. You're going to have to tell with this story. How did that happen? Welcome, Divine. How are you? Royal Count Imitsa. Itzma. They have a new style of boots that's made out of fish, like bass. I think it's very exotic looking boot. Very fancy, very soft leather boot. What's it called? Let me look that up. Horse meat is illegally, especially in America, says... Probably haven't spoken to him much. We always used to ride together. An alternative ending to Red Dead. Oh, the horse dies. Good God, that was grim. That was so sad. The horse died. Sorry if I've ruined the game for you, but bloody hell. I'm absolutely gutted with Germany losing to Croatia, but otherwise I'm fine. How are you? What's this about Germany losing to Croatia? Who? Where? What? How? When? What was that in? That horse meat story. Sea bass belt was the best hand, but were you talking about football? I thought I was missing the football. Fulham are playing against Liverpool at the minute. Sea bass belt was the best I ever had. A sea bass belt? Let me look this up. Sea bass belt. Striped bass belt. Outrageous. Striped bass nautical belt. What kind of fish is a sea bass? Preston leather. This one is embroidered with great detail in navy ribbon and stitched to olive cotton webbing. It's finished with leather tabs and a brass bottle. Sea bass leather. Is it a brand? Branzino. Ugh. I might go and buy some new clothes at some point. I need some more tracksuit bottoms. I think crocodile leather is the most durable. Well, that's crocodiles for you, isn't it? You know what I mean? They've been around for hundreds of millions of years, like the horrible beasts. And scientists are studying their immune system because they never get sick. They just live forever until some fucker takes them out. Like they don't die of old age, do they? Delicious. Have sea bass at good Chinese restaurants. All I serve is branzino. The Jews love it. Strange. Oh, I think I might wear the night tomorrow. Finish off this little 5mm thing I've got of it. Here we go. Bought that from Mudasir. I can faithfully recommend Mudasir to you, friends. If you are the type of person who wants to buy decants and strange bottles, go on Base Notes and find Mudasir. Now, I've bought a few perfumes off them. Anybody smell the new Initio yet? Looking for impressions. Suede is the most delicate leather, especially if they get wet, can ruin the suede leather. Yikes. I do have a leather jacket that's got like a watermark on it, and I want to get it out, and I'm upset, you know. Mudasir the best. Yeah, he's great, Mudasir, to be fair. Today I wore the voice of the snake, and apparently it's kind of smoky. My colleagues thought that some cable wasn't okay and started sniffing the printer and all kinds of electronic devices. Turns out it was me. Get in. That's class. It smells like melting plastic, though. That's not very fun. Mudasir is the best flanker of a nuge. Is it a suede jacket, Mitch, or just leather? Well, I think it's just leather, right? But it's very soft kid leather. It's very soft leather. Pirarucu fish boots. Pirarucu fish boots. Let me look. I think it is actually leather, but it's very soft. You know? Pirarucu. Pirarucu fish. Pirarucu leather. Whoa, that's a big fish. Wow. Scaly. That's outrageous. Doc Martens. No, they're not Doc Martens. So, giant sustainable rainforest fish. Now fashion in America. Outrageous. Oh, the page was not found. That's sad. The page was not found either. District Leathers. It's not having it from us. Oh, that's sad. Oh my God. I'm sending this to Richie G. If he's still watching, he's going to get a shock. Soft finish fish leather. It's amazing what you learn on stream. Right. Friends, I'm going to dehydrate. Please stay with me. I will be back in a couple of minutes. Lane, make sure everybody stays. Don't let them out. Bob, give them a hand. Make sure everybody corral them, you know. Keep them intrigued. Ooh. I'll be back. Squash. Squash. Friends, we have a problem. A very, very big problem. A very, very, very big problem. It's a huge problem. Brace yourselves. Friends, Violette Valinka is fucking brilliant. We are in trouble. I shit you not. There may very well be a bottle. Ahoy. Oh, it's fucking great. This is terrible news. If you want to get rid of that stain, you have to be careful since it's soft leather. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it back to the guy I bought it from. He is an Italian, and he will help me, hopefully. Because I ain't fucking that jacket up. It was 400 quid at the time. It'll be about a 600 pound jacket. You know what I mean? Evening, Andrej. Mischio Broom. Any differences between the Warner Cosmere of Polo Green, the Warner and Cosmere version of Polo Green? I got 100,000 mil of a Warner. I just finished decanting 1,000 mil. You got a litre of it. There are some differences. People's, from what I can get, I mean, I've had them both, but I'm not a big fan of the fragrance, would you believe? So it's one of those ones that I should like, but I don't, like Drakkar Noir, strangely. So I'm probably not the best person to ask. But I do believe that people prefer the Cosmere one. Stay, says Michael. Dushan, do you know if Kerosene do have a sample set? Because I bought one. Check his website. John Pegg's wife is from my country. I can ask her. Right. You're turning violet, Violet. I do actually distinctly remember that line from the Gene Wilder one was so much better than any of the other ones. Because he had that kind of walking the line madness sort of thing. You know? What did I miss? Seems like a lot going on by the perfumes out. I don't know. I've just mentioned a few of them. We were talking about flankers earlier. Deluxe Lex. How is followed by Kerosene? Fantastic. You've got to like, it's got a harsh, you know, when people roast coffee beans and it can be quite harsh, you know, it's got that harshness, but it dries down to like a slightly more creamy. It's a beautiful thing. It's amazing to think that a self-taught perfumer made that. It's almost a little bit harsh in the same way Tuscan leather's a little bit harsh, you know? So I can see your reflection through the Fahrenheit bottle. Hello? I'm waving. Wave back. Your wallet will be crying, Rich. Yeah, I'm certainly not going to buy it if I can help it. But it's fucking great. I'll tell you what it is. It's a bit like Tuscan leather, but not as harsh. It's just a bit more well made, frankly. Don't watch anything else but the OG Willy Wonka. Absolutely nailed it. Spot on. You'll ruin it for yourself if you do. I can see you refer. It's just an itch. Will go away in the morning, says Pradeep. Hey, welcome, Tim Wilcox. Follow is more quiet. Followed is too much. Good evening, Stefan D. Oh, Fahrenheit Absolute, a Demarche creation, right? Yes, one of the finest. Deluxe Lex says, Rich as a saint, apparent by the halo visible above his head in the Fahrenheit bottle. Hello. Hope you can see he's waving. I'm waving furiously. Like an absolute maniac, I'm waving. I'm getting a sore arm. I'm looking. I'm desperately looking. There is a halo above my head. How nice. Oh, you can see my relaxed posture. And I am relaxed. I'm talking with 52 viewers. I'm sniffing the wrong hand. How silly. There's a slightly oily quality to this. Good evening. I intend to wear Fahrenheit Absolute. Do you think I should do a Serge Luton week? Where I just wear Serge Lutons all week? For 1 week straight. It's a little bit gimmicky. I don't know how I feel about it. It's one of those things that sounds like a good idea, but whether it actually is or not, you know? Like, I don't want to commit to it. And then get halfway through and be like, oh, I can't hack it. I can't handle it. Make it stop. I love Fahrenheit in the original formula. Stock up approximately 200 mil. Yeah, I've got a big 200 mil bottle as well. I've got the vintage number 19 on the way and Ambra Supreme. That's it for a while, says Tim. I think I've got a vintage 19. Maybe. I know I've got Cristal vintage. Does Fahrenheit Absolute have similarities to the parfum version? Well, they're both flankers of the same perfume, so there's a little bit of crossover, but they do go in different directions. Fahrenheit's got that myrrh in it, but it's got the incense too, so it gives it this kind of like spiky kind of nature. I'll never forget, Robe said it was the devil's juice, and it's a really, really good way of describing it. You know? No rules, anarchy is where it's at, says Kelly. Didn't take you for an anarchist, Kelly. The bottle of Fahrenheit will always remind me of Ray Bradbury. You could start with some easy to wear Serge, then go more crazy. I mean, Serge is just it's a tempest, isn't it? It exists outside of time and space. I have a manager that looks like Robes, says Supply and Demand. Outrageous. But how does he smell? What a beautiful Chanel boy today, says Nick. What a fragrance. Are you a big fan of that one? I like boy. It's just not potent enough. If I was going to wear a fougere like that, I'd wear Beau de Jour, to be honest. I'd wear vintage Beau de Jour. I say vintage Beau de Jour. I'd wear the original of Beau de Jour. I think one of the next things I want to buy is Bois Noir. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Me and Richie G are planning to go to Manchester in a few months when the weather lightens up a bit, you know. So when we go, right, I think what we're gonna do is we are going to go to Selfridges. And in Selfridges, there is a Hermes boutique. And in said Hermes boutique, they sell their Hermes Essence line. And at that point, I will buy a 15mm of Violette Valenka. I think that's a good idea. Oh, it's got this oily, horsey leather thing going on. Absolutely it does. That and Beau de Jour are my favourite fries. Bois Noirs around €2,000 on eBay. They can stuff it up their arse for nothing and fuck off while they're doing it. I'm not fucking paying $2,000. That is disgusting. Eau Noir or Bois Noir? Whoa. Dear me. Ooh. Eau Noir or Bois Noir? Pass. I don't know. I couldn't. Excuse me. Sorry. I couldn't. I just couldn't. Fuck me. I don't own Bois Noir and I haven't worn it in the way that I've worn Eau Noir, so it might not be. It's not right. It's not right to compare. I'm squirming here. I'm drowning. I love Selfridges, could live there, says Nick. Nice, says Michael. What's your favourite fragrance atomizer? Mine is the Aqua di Gio and Koros. The Dior Privés. The Dior Private Blend Privé ones are fucking bliss. Because they come from these huge bottles as well, so you just feel like you could just sprays. The spray loads out and you feel like you spray, you just feel like strong. Do you know what I mean? You're just like, ha psh, and it just goes everywhere, and you're like, oh, this is class. And the bottles are really ergonomic as well. Let me know. Let us know if you want to say hello in the Hermes and Selfridges. Oh, yeah. I forgot you live in Manchester. Yes, we could have a little meet-up if you want. That'd be fun. Bois Noir is Egoist's ancestor. It is. I acquired and got rid of an OG Fahrenheit bottle since it didn't smell like I remember it from back in the day. I did get Amouage Betrayal Man, and it's closer to my memory of the OG Fahrenheit, says Deluxe Lex. I've done that before, and I can never figure out whether it's me that's changed or it's the perfume that's changed. I've done that like a few times with perfumes, you know, where I've smelled something, I've been like, that doesn't smell like I remember it smelling. Is it me that's changed, or is it the perfume that's changed? You know? And then there's been other stuff where I've sprayed it on and I've thought that is exactly how I remember it smelling. It's very unusual. And I do not have a clue whether it's me or the perfume. It could be both. It could be neither. You know? Maybe something else has happened. Who knows? But yes, that has happened before. Ugly scenes when that happens, because you expect the perfume to just be like perfect the way you remember it. Nick Walk says, not a fan of that Hermes line. Don't answer that, it's a trap. It's a trap. You have a damn good frequency in presenting videos. Please contact Lezo, LO, and influence them. Thank you for a great stream. Now, Azaro, good night. Cheers, Scent of Sweden, close to the ocean. It's not you, it's me, says Ellie Lyons. It's not me, it's you. Dior has the best sprays. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way, to be honest. Shame they don't have the best fragrances anymore. What's your favourite Dior Homme version, says Benji? I like the original. I like the Silver Stem original. I like the 2011 version as well. That's fantastic. But that's my favourite Dior. I mean, Dior Homme Intense is magnificent as well, to be fair. It's fucking fabulous. It's brilliant. Easy does it with the Oud Ispahan. I can't wear Oud Ispahan. I can't wear it. There's a video with Lanier Smith and Sebastian where they sit there and they smell it and they're like, this isn't what it was when it first came out. The modern the version they're smelling in the video, they both sit there and look at each other and they're like, what the fuck? This doesn't smell like what it used to smell like. What's going on here? You know? But welcome Benji Dufour. Please come in and join us. And be happy. Oh. Benji's picture is of a cat. Much like some of my thumbnails. A little ginger cat. That's fun. Okay. Where are we? I'll find Benji. I'm thinking of buying Eau Noir or Violette Valinka, both unique and modern. Are you thinking of buying or are you thinking of buying both? Might as well buy Girl on Creatorussi. I mean, if I could find it, I probably would. Favourite from the Hermes Essence line? Vetiver Tonka. I think Hermes counters are in flux. Hopefully a full bottle will be available. What has led to Violette Valinka rush for you? Sample? Yeah, somebody sent us this decant. I think it was Fliss. The lovely Fliss. She sent me this purple decant, which is a perfect representation of how it smells. It's not perfect, but you know what I mean. It's like a violet, and it's fantastic. I'm done with rose fragrances, says Supply and Demand. Rose de Jamal is all I need. Yeah, Rose de Jamal will kind of ruin other rose fragrances for you, won't it? I love it. I think it's the mint. I think it's the mint that makes that fragrance great. Even without Malik Al-Daif. Dior Intense and Parfum become too popular. The original is best for me too. I don't like Dior on Parfum. I sold my bottle to Peter Kikoran, and I was like, mate, fucking, it's all yours. Like, I don't want like market value for it because the fucking prices of it were silly. For some reason, people thought it was going to be discontinued or it became hard to get, and the prices started going through the roof. And I was like, here, Peter, take it, have it, give it a good home, fucking be happy. I hope everything's great. I'm still in hospital, Peter, which is an absolute tragedy because he's a great lad. I fucking love him. Like, talk to Peter most days, to be fair. In fact, every day, I want to say. It was like, oh, Richard, I thought that was it. At one point, I was like, don't you dare, son. Don't you dare. Do you know there's a little white thing in my fucking drink? And I'm not happy about it. Oh! Excuse me. I can't get past the pickle juice in Rose de Jamal pot. There is no pickle juice. Stop saying that. Is there any good fresh scents from the Hermes Essence line? Most of them are fresh. Most of them are a bit fresh. They're quite light and airy. There's not many citrus fresh ones, though. Is there petrol in Violette Valinka? No, it's like I think more oily than petrol-y. It's not petrol-y, it's oily, you know? Just give us 2 seconds. I'm going to throw this water out. I can't be having white things in me fucking drink. Yeah, fuck you. I'm not having this. Get out. Get out of my cup. Weird thing. There you are. Right. I'm not one to just dispense with hydration for no reason. That white thing was fucking taking the piss out of me. Some kind of weirdness. Some kind of fucking weirdness. I'm not having that. Oh. Thinking of buying ore. Violette Valenka or Eau Noir? Was that what you... Eau Noir or Violette Valenka? The modern version of Eau Noir isn't great in my opinion. Doesn't really do the scent justice, so it might be easier for you to buy Violette Valenka. I imagine Violette Valenka would smell immense in Sweden as well. In that cold, cold climate. Wow, it's limestone in your water. I don't know that it was. The mint in Rose de Jamal just pushes the rose and creates the greatest sillage I've ever smelled. It's a beautiful thing. It really is fantastic. I don't know what Pradeep's talking about with this pickle palaver. It's an outrageous statement. Pickle juice is Santal 33. Pickle juice is Tour de Hermes. Santal 33 is cloying to me. Got Evian tonight as my hydration option. Ooh, I usually go with the Co-op's own water because you get 5 litres for 150 pence. Or £1.50 as it's known in fucking in normal language. I don't know why I said 150 pence there. Good grief. Evian makes me sick. It's got a very high mineral content in it. Which is good if you're having a cold glass once in a while. It's like San Pellegrino. Can't drink San Pellegrino as like a daily driver hydration wise. That shit will make you fucking ill. Too much salt in it. It's got a lovely soft taste. Might give Volvic a go tomorrow. I like Volvic. When you start drinking lots of different types of water, you realise different waters from different places. There's a big difference, you know. There's a big difference. We are the initiated. We understand these things. Have you tried Moschino Toy Boy? Yes, I didn't hate it, actually. I thought Toy Boy was alright. Layering 2022 over 2004 Fahrenheit over vintage Fahrenheit deodorant. Spray on a rainy day over a snowy day in gloomy Connecticut today. There's a lot to unpack there. That felt more like a fucking, like a poem than something I could actually picture in my mind. Let me unpack this. Layering 2022 over 2004. 2004 was after the first reformulation, and I think that was the vanilla-y one, right? And I fuck knows what the 2022 version smells like, but I imagine it's the latest one. Vintage Fahrenheit deodorant. That's outrageous. A vintage Fahrenheit deodorant. A gloomy day in Connecticut. That's the Northeast, isn't it? Nah, mate, hate pickle juice in YSL. Is YSL myself? I hate that fragrance. It's so bad. Have you seen that song where the bloke's in the mountains in the sky and he's going, ah? That's me when I smell YSL myself. I'm like, ah! Just fucking, my soul leaves my body and I start screaming in the mountains. That decant from Fliss looks like fields of lavender and grass. It's certainly got that bright purple kind of thing, especially on screen. It's a lot more bright on screen than it is on than it is in real life. It's much more matte, although it is a little shiny. It's different, is what I'm trying to say. I could not get on the packaging of toilet. No, absolutely spot on. I can't be seen with a fucking bottle like that. Can you imagine firing up a stream one day and there's like a fucking teddy bear sat there? Some kind of outrageous fucking Balenciaga-esque perversion going on there. You know? Fucking hell. That Balenciaga thing's just as terrible now as it was when they first released it. The fucking perverts. Fuck away off. Somebody should be investigated for that. Why are we going to get just a 15mm when you strongly like it already? Product says they are retooling to EDPs. I have a strong suspicion that they're going to do that as well, and I really, really, really don't want them to. I'm glad I've got 200ml of Vetiver Tonka. I've got 200ml of Sant Almasoya. I've got Amber Nargile in 100ml, and I've got Paprika Brazil in 100ml as well. And they have discontinued quite a few. Like, there's a lot of like, there's a lot of signs there. You know, there's a lot of signs that they're going to start rebranding to EDPs soon. And if they do, I can guarantee you, I can fucking guarantee you, I'm not going to, but I could guarantee you, and this is not financial advice either, that the EDPs will go fucking through the roof the same way that the EDPs did in with Chanel. You know, when Chanel took the Les Exclusives line and they changed them from the EDTs to the EDPs, and the EDTs are now worth a fucking fortune compared to the EDPs. That will happen. Almost guarantee it. That Via Leveling is scandalously nice. I just don't know that I would wear a bottle of it. Oh, if I had a woman, like a permanent woman, I would buy her a bottle of this and treat her mean. I wouldn't treat her mean. I don't like men who treat their women badly. You need to put Manchester tap water through a Brita filter these days as it smells out of the tap fine when filtered. Yes, I have thought about getting a Brita filter or one of those, somebody mentioned it to us, get one of those big water stands that they have in offices. But fuck me, how am I going to get one of those bottles up the stairs, man? Not with my back. My back's been giving us a bit of fucking jip recently, actually. Which is a bit of a cow. So, yeah. Pickle juices, Neroli Portofino. I like Neroli Portofino Forte. Nick Walker. Layering. I don't layer. So that's just not even on my radar. But Nick Walker says 2011 Dior Homme Intense over the original Dior Homme with an addition of Dior Homme Parfum on a rainy, gusty day on top of thick London smog. That is quite a picture you've painted for with there. I don't intend to go to London, to be fair. Fucking Christ. I hate Neroli with a passion. Says, I'm not a big Neroli fan, I must admit. I don't really care for Neroli. It makes us feel kind of bleh. It's got that slightly sickly vibe that white florals give us. The deodorant in the tin can spray, they are all amazing. I don't get vanilla in the 04. Maybe it was a later reformulation then. Mirren Tonka is the king of Tonka, says Nick. That's a Joe Malone, isn't it? I once went to a perfumery and smelled a Neroli, and every frag after that smelled like Neroli. I just had to leave. Hey. And Neroli will fucking shit all over your hopes and dreams. Like, it's fucking everywhere as well. Horrible fucking... Oh, fucking... Do not use Neroli. Strongly agree with supply and demand times 2. Neroli is a migraine. Yeah, I don't like Neroli. I really don't care for Neroli. They're right. Tonka is gorgeous in a Lil Rompo Extreme. I prefer Zonka. I mean, Zonka is quite chemically. Gallows are much more wearable than Queer Orange, like by miles. Yes, I would agree. I would agree. What? I've developed a speech impediment. I would agree. I don't really care for Queer Orange. Gallo smells like Violette Valenca for men a bit. You know what I mean? I mean, they're both unisex, but it's got that kind of like classically masculine thing going on. Pardon me. Reflection has neroli. It's not that bad, just to have to use properly. What's wrong with your back, mate? Says to look Lex. Oh, God, how long have you got? Everything. I've got a form of rheumatoid arthritis called axial spondyloarthritis, which is just hell on earth. It's so fucking... And then you've got the medications on top of that, which are like... I don't recommend getting axial spondyloarthritis, mate. And then it causes other things as well. It's essentially your immune system attacking your joints. And in my particular case, it's like the sacroiliac joint and me spine as well. And it causes loads of problems because it attacks your organs too. So it's attacked my pancreas. And I can tell you, friends, that I am starting insulin soon. So that's going to be fun. I also have... You also get with that like outrageous fatigue because it's your immune system. Do you know, like when you get flu, right? And you get really tired and you just want to stay in bed all the time and like you get aches and pains, right? Well, I get those symptoms, right? It's when you get those aches and pains, right? It's because your immune system's flaring up, not because of the disease itself. It's because your immune system's fighting this thing. So, so my immune system's always flaring up because it's attacking my joints. So I always feel like shit. But I'm on these medications. These medications are crazy things. But to be fair, I'm glad to have the medications because before I was having treatment, I felt like fucking death. So swings and roundabouts, really, you know? Swings and roundabouts. But you develop other illnesses to go along with it because I can't do because I really struggle to do exercise. It's something I'm just going to have to fucking power through. Have you done more yoga recently? Actually, no, I haven't. The teacher has fucked off to India for a while, so I'm going to have to wait till she gets back. Nick is hanging with all the homies, says. Are you a Macam or a Geordie? I'm definitely a Geordie. I'm certainly not a Macam, tramps. White florals can be quite suffocating, like some musks, even how plush they are. I like woods more. Why so much hatred for neroli? Is it the bitterness? Nah, it's the white floralness. It's that creamy, slightly sickly vibe that it gives off. Just something a little bit wrong with it. I love the bitter quince in Gallo, offsetting the sweet parts. Plumarium, says Michael. Scald your immune system a little. Maybe it will come to its senses. Oh, I've told it off many times. Don't worry about that. Damn, bro, take care. Hope you get better. It'll be all right. Don't worry. Saxon the Neroli is my favourite by far. No. The best way to get rid of back pain is swimming. Well, quite. I do a lot of physio. Do a lot of the physio exercises that he gives us. I'm going to see him again next week, I want to say. What am I doing? Oh, no. Yeah, I'm going to see the physio next week. It will be February the 1st, a week tomorrow, friends. January will be over, and then we will be into the last month of winter. We will have 28 days to wear the rest of our autumn fragrances, and then we will be into spring and summer again. Doesn't feel like 5 fucking minutes since I did the swap over, does it? How did that happen? Time. Time is a fucking very unusual thing. I am feeling it pressing. It's just going to shit, isn't it, Duck? In bits and bobs. That's right. Ellie, I'm talking a really dominant perfumes that is present in bits and many fragrances I love. Oh, okay, Bob. Didn't even realise the white floral bit. That makes more sense than why the polarisation. A croissant is delicious. I had a pan of chocolat today. It was very nice. I'll wear oud in 30-degree heat. Let's go. Well, you should see what the Arabians wear it in, to be fair. The Arabians wear oud in 40-degree heat. Fair play to them. You know? Fair play to them. Braver men than I. I wonder if the Arabian ladies wear perfumes. Because the men wear the roses, don't they? They love a Taif rose. Oh no, Outrun One Neroli is too bright, like sunglasses kind. I just put my my sunglasses in my new car today. Every time I've been out in my car and like the low winter sun, it's been like pointing in my eyes. I've been like, I'm melting. And then I've been like, oh, I should get my sunglasses. And I've been like, oh, they're in the car. I grew up in the Middle East, so happy to wear oud in high heat. Happy to wear it. I think it would be a little bit strange, but I could get used to it. My final year of high school, time does pass hella fast. Wait until you get older, Bjorn. You wait till you get into your late 30s, mate. And then you hear the old timers, the really old timers in the 60s and 70s, and they're like, fuck. Like, it's just a blur, you know? It's just a fucking blur. Time is relative. The thing with being ill is it's give us a lot of time to think and consider and ponder. I mean, I'm 38 this year. When my back went, when I was, 26? I fought it for ages. And then it kind of wears you down to the point where you can't fight it. And you're just sitting there struggling. Taking loads of painkillers all the time. Like morphine and codeine and fucking Nefapam, which was an incredibly mad drug, which they don't use anymore because the side effects are too much. All these different drugs, that kind of time in my life's a blur, but we came out of it, changed the way I'd thought about things. Very strange. I was considering that time in my life for a while. About a week ago. Just how different I am to even, 5-10 years ago? Very strange. Very, very strange. Don't blink. If you introduce novelty in your life, it will go slowly, sis. Yeah, try different things, do new things, do things. Explore. It's really weird when you're a kid, everything's new, and then as you get older, you've got to try to find new things, which is what the internet's really good for, to be fair. The internet's really good for that. Finding new things that you love and you like and having different things to investigate and all of that sort of thing. I'm 43. A lot of 43, 42-year-olds and that kind of bracket in here. 17 just a minute ago. Can't understand you're rich. I have a minor back problem that affected my knee 2 months on. Medication, not easy, you can't die, but you must live with the pain for the rest of your life. Yes, coming to terms with the fact that I will always be in pain at every moment for the rest of my life is a very, very unusual fucking, mental fucking, you've got to feng shui your mental fucking state to the point where you can just come to peace with pain because when you're young, pain is something to be gotten over, and then you move on and crack on as you get older. I'm sure you're all aware everybody gets aches and pains. Mine are a little bit severe and permanent, but it's not the end of the world. And it's that mental sort of aspect of it that you've got to get right, because you can either be in pain and be fucking miserable and try and resist, or you can be in pain and you can put it in its fucking place. It's part of who you are now, and you crack on and you do what you can. And I'll tell you what it is. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I am probably in the best place mentally that I've ever been in. Really strange. Accepting that you are not God or like the new Jesus, you know, that you think you are when you're a kid. Is really good for you. Really kind of develops you as a person. And I'll tell you, as I say, I look forward to the future now more than I did when I was younger. I've kind of aged backwards, which is unusual. I was a very grumpy bastard when I was younger. You know what I mean? What about your diet, since you have a lot of medication? I'm not going to lie to you, Bjorn, my diet's shocking. Absolutely terrible. I've lost 35 pounds in American money. I've lost 35 pounds in weight. Pardon me. In 3 years, two years. But that's without exercise. So I'm trying to get to the point, trying to convince me physio to let us get I'm trying to get me physio to let us get a cross trainer, because obviously I can't get a bike because of my hip, and I can't get like a treadmill because of my back and my hip because of the impact. So a cross trainer's perfect. Swimming as well. But he's like, oh, I want you to like slow down, don't get carried away. I don't even think, just enjoy in the now. Honestly, I learned myself to stop living in the future. It drove me crazy. Yes, plan for the future, but don't live in the future. Thanks for sharing the health updates. It's a drag when our bodies start to change. Oh, God, it happens to all of us, though. So, and I'll tell you something else as well. Eva! Eva! How's Eva? Are you all right? How are you? Are you well? I hope you're well. I'm well. I'm fantastic and doing really well. Yes, the good thing is about when your body starts to change and everything goes to shit is that you've got other people around you who are experiencing the same thing. And I have learned the value of community, which is what like part of the channel's about for me, you know? I've had to go to tribunals multiple times fighting the evil DWP to prove them. Yeah, the fuck them people. It's the Conservatives who have made the DWP that way. People have no idea how having a health problem could change their life completely. They do, but the thing is, the problem is, right, is that you think they're acting in good faith. They're not. They know you're ill. They know you're bad. They're just trying to make you fucking worse and put you through the ringer and make it so that you think it's not worth it to fight it. It's disgusting. To be fair, I've had really good luck as far as they're concerned, because I've got an absolutely shocking fucking, like, the disease is one of those, like, diseases that's on the list. You know what I mean? If you've got it, you've got it, and they can like look at a picture, a scan, and they can see your blood tests. A lot of times with some illnesses, you can't do that. You know, so I've been really fortunate as far as the DWP is concerned. And then one of my friends helped us get, like, she knew the system. She really helped us. I probably wouldn't be able to be where I am now if it wasn't for her. Absolutely. So I'm extremely fortunate in that regard. But I know how fucking terrible the process is. It's disgusting, and it's done on purpose. And it's killed people. Absolutely, it's killed people, the process. People have been past fit to work. They've received letters that from the DWP, the Department for Work and Pensions, who cover the benefits in this country, and they have died the next day. died the next day from their illnesses. Absolutely disgusting. The people who put that in place, people like Ian Duncan Smith, should be shot with shit. He should be in prison for some of the shit that he's pulled. He's an absolutely disgusting specimen. Fuck him. I'm 43 and mountain climbing is still easy for me, says Duchamp. Bjorn, live your life without hurting anyone on the way and you will be okay, says Michael. Welcome aroma from heaven. Love vintage morphine and codeine. I used to get morphine and codeine and take them both. By God, that stuff was pretty fucking phenomenal. Do you know what it is? Touch wood, right? You can totally see why people get addicted to heroin and shit like that. Oh God, it's so good. But I had this procedure, right? I had this procedure called rhizolysis where they stick big electrodes in these big long 9-inch needles into your spine, down the sides of your vertebrae, and burn these little nerves which are sending signals to your brain saying your back hurts, right? And within 2 weeks, a week, I was like, well, I don't feel any pain. And I dropped the morphine like that. Literally just stopped taking it one day. Didn't miss it at all. Very interesting. Curious case of Richard Button. Yes. Illness brings humility. Yes. You will find humility as you get older. You will. It's just life will humble you. It just depends how. And there are lots of different ways how. Crazy. Just mine happened to be illness. Other people, you're right though. Illness was mine. It's especially strong in men, you know. Some people have children, some people have fucking illnesses, some people get beaten up, life wears them down, all that kind of thing. If you've got anything about you as a human being, you'll kind of grow up at some point, you know. Mine just happened to be illness. For other people, it's different things. Eva is here. Welcome, Eva. I cycled 5 miles today and after my heart condition diagnosis. That was a big deal. Yeah, that'll do it, like. I really like an ambergris by Paris Monte Carlo. Ramsey put me onto a Paris Monte Carlo. Ramsey put me onto the Rose Taif. Random listener could swear there's another person in the room. Bjorn, anytime. I have Ehlers-Danlos. I don't know what that is. Ehlers-Danlos, and I'm supposed to get a 5th back surgery. Yikes. First surgery, I was 14, now 40. Don't know what a day without pain feels like. Yeah, it's grim, that, isn't it? It's nice to see you, though, Eva. I hope you are well. It's not the drug, it's the chase. Yeah. Avoiding alcohol, smoking, and pornography is the best thing for the human health. I'll tell you what it is. There's going to be a big thing comes out about pornography in the next 5 to 10 years. There's going to be a huge backlash against it because it is fucking people up left, right, and centre. A lot of society's ills. I hate to sound like a fucking one of those people from. I hate to sound like one of those people like from like puritanical church and stuff like that, but. We're at the stage now where porn is like ubiquitous and it's fucking people's minds up. And like, I think like a lot of like the state we've got ourselves into with society now, like, I don't mean the permissive society. I mean, just the sheer degradation of the human condition can be linked back to like a lot of content that's on the internet. And that includes porn, like because of the nature of like the porn. And like everything, people are just desensitized to it. Nothing stimulates people anymore. They're always looking for stronger and stronger fixes, you know. It's really weird, but we're a weird bunch. We're a weird bunch. Excuse me, I'm having a cough. What am I doing? I've just pressed a button on my phone. Don't press buttons on your phone, you fool. Life is not hard. I think people are hard on life. Nice to see you too. Very well, thank you. It is nice. Porn exists because of men's libido has always been there. Prostitution, strip clubs, Playboy. Yes, but I'm talking about the nature of it now. The difference, it's not the same as what it was. Hardcore stuff of an extreme nature and the sheer accessibility and the constantness of it. It's everywhere all the time, and it kind of rots and corrodes you. It's very corrosive. Like, I don't mean to be like I'm not a prude at all. It's not what I'm saying, you know. But it's like, and you're right, it is, sex sells. Porn exists because of men's libido, nothing in extreme, everything in moderation. Plus, pornography is the hardest addiction because it's available everywhere. It's too extreme today. It's not healthy at all. Welcome, Frank. How are you? I have friends who have erased their social medias because there are porn everywhere and it's messing with their heads. I can feel it as well. Yeah. I think my message with the chronic pain app suggestion was deleted because it looked like spam, but it's really helpful to myself and my patients. It's called Curable. I'll have a look at that. I didn't see it. I didn't see your message. I never delete messages, to be honest. So I didn't even see it pop up, but I will have a look. I've got the Calm app. The Calm app's fantastic. Sometimes I just put it on as like you can just put on like background sounds. So it's like you can have like a fire, like a campfire noise, or you can have like rain, or like not wind. I'm not having fucking wind. God, I don't know if you've been listening, Eva, but I've had ghosts recently howling through the tiles. They've been like, woo. So I don't want that. But like other, like white noise. That's really nice. Vetiver extraordinaire today for Frank. This fucking Violette the link is beautiful. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Calm is good too, but too limited when using free. Yes. No, I haven't been listening. I'd have said hi. Oh, hi. Are you coming back to it, Eva? Are you going to make some videos? How have you been? It's not the sex porn drug. It's the anticipation and the addiction to anxiety. It causes anxiety and the relief that it's the relief from the anxiety. The Balance app is free for a year right now, though, similar to Calm. No wind today. Yeah, the ghosts have calmed right down, thank God. We've placated the ghosts. We've exorcised them. I miss the woo. If you're in a relationship, porn will definitely have a negative impact on intimacy with your partner. It just becomes something that, it just becomes something that you've got to kind of do to make it go away, Very strange. Eva says, I've been planning to make new videos for 2 years now, so yes, but also no. Probably not super soon. That's okay. Take your time. It's nice to see you, though. It's nice to hear from you. And you're still about. I remember Eva's mini video. She did a video where she went through it wasn't like a cupboard. It was like a fucking glass. Well, maybe it was a cupboard. It was like a glass display, and it had loads of minis. And I was like, ooh. I was tickled. Anyway, friends, it is the 2-hour mark. And I am old and must go to bed. It has been emotional. It's been fun and lovely and fantastic. And thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for watching the stream. And thank you for liking the stream. Thank you for talking to me. And I will see you all again soon. And it was nice to see Eva again. And everyone. Good night, and thanks.